Hi, STEM students. This is a run through of learning activity sheet number 8 in General Chemistry 1 entitled Calculating the Empirical Formula of Compounds. Okay, so for the background information for learners, let us first define what empirical formula is. When you say empirical formula, it is the simplest atomic ratio of the elements present in the compound. Okay, so you see the word simplest atomic ratio of elements. So where can we see these ratios? These ratios are found in the subscripts of the elements in the chemical formula. So if you see H2O, the ratio of hydrogen to oxygen there is 2 is to 1. 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen. So it's the simplest atomic ratio of the elements, showing the simplest atomic ratio. That's empirical formula. Okay? So if you still see numbers that can be divisible by any other number in the ratio, it is not the empirical formula. So we'll try to look for that later. So these are the procedures on how we can get the empirical formula of a compound. First step, you have the mass percent of each element, and you will convert it into grams such that you assume that there's 100-gram sample. What is this for example? Let's say you have the compound is 30% A and 20% B and 50% C. So you make it the percent will be changed into grams. It will be 20 grams, 30 grams, and 50 grams of A, B, and C. So then convert this mass of each element in grams and compute the number of moles. So we will get the molar mass of each element or compound and then divide it. Then calculate the mole ratio, mole of each element to the smallest number of moles, and you will write the empirical formula. Okay? So let's say, for example, you want to find out, okay, the empirical formula of nicotine. So nicotine contains 74.03% carbon, 8.07% of hydrogen, and 17.27% nitrogen. So let us put them in a table. Elements C, H, and N. According to this given, C is 74.03, so we'll make it 74.03 grams. Hydrogen is 8.70, so we'll make it 8.70 grams. And nitrogen is 17.27%, so it's 17.27 grams here. Then we will get the atomic mass. So where do we get the atomic mass? We'll get that in the periodic table of elements. So looking at carbon, hydrogen, and nitrogen here, the atomic mass can be found in the periodic table of elements. Let's try to look at the periodic table of elements. Now, for carbon, you can see that carbon is in this column, and you have here the atomic mass. The atomic mass is 12.011. So this is where you can find the atomic mass of carbon. You see it's 12.011. Okay, the 6 there is the atomic number. So you can see in the graph, in the table, that the atomic mass is 12.01, rounded to 2 decimal places. Let's try to look at hydrogen. Okay, so looking at hydrogen here, for hydrogen, it was actually here, hydrogen is 1.008. So you can see that in the periodic table of elements. I'll just put it a little bit. I'll just move it a little. Okay, so that's hydrogen. This is hydrogen. And hydrogen is 1.008. It's the atomic mass of hydrogen. You'll see that on our table, in our table. Okay. So hydrogen is 1.008. Now we go to nitrogen. Let's see. For nitrogen, okay, nitrogen is number 7 here, and that's 14.007 or 14.01. So we usually put it in 2 decimal places. Okay, so that's 14.007. That's nitrogen, atomic number 7, atomic mass of 14.007 or 14.01. And that's it. So multiply to find the number of moles, we will divide this mass in grams by 12.01. You'll get 6.16. Hydrogen, you have 8.7 divided by this, you'll get 8.63. Nitrogen, 17.27 divided by this, and that is 1.23. Now, which of these is the lowest number? The lowest is nitrogen. So we're going to divide everything by 1.23. After dividing all of the answers in the number of moles by the lowest number, then you'll get the mole ratio. So that's C5H7N. That is the empirical formula of nicotine. So again, CHN, given the percent, change it to grams, then get the atomic mass. The atomic mass is from the periodic table of elements. Divide that, the mass, by the atomic mass, you'll get the mole. Okay, after getting the mole, and then you divide it by the smallest number, and so you'll get the empirical formula of the compound. I'm going to skip activity 1 and 2, for those are just review of what we have learned so far. This activity number 3 is take it, and this is how we're going to solve problems related to empirical formula. So this is an example. We wish to answer this, okay? So a compound consists of 7.81% carbon, 92.19% chlorine, and we'll find the empirical formula of the compound. So what are the things that we need to know? First, we have to get the atomic masses of carbon and chlorine at the same time. So we'll work on that. Let's try to answer these questions. What are the elements involved in the sample problem? You have carbon and you have chlorine. What are the steps to compute for the empirical formula? Well, you already have the steps. First, change the percent into grams. Okay, think of it as 100-gram sample. Next, you have to convert the grams into moles. Then you have to divide the smallest number, the number of moles to the smallest number of moles. Okay, so let's try to work on that. Okay, so given again the following problem, a compound is found to consist of 7.81% carbon and 92.19% chlorine. Okay, so what is the empirical formula of the compound? So we have to make sure that we have the table to answer this. It's easy for us to do it if it's inside the table. Okay, so working on it, we'll have our element. The element that we have is carbon and chlorine. So put here carbon and then you have here chlorine. So the mass in grams. What is the mass in grams? We have to assume 100-gram sample. So for carbon, you have 7.81 grams. Okay, and then for chlorine, that's 92.19 grams of chlorine. Now, where do we get the atomic mass of carbon? We will look at the periodic table of elements to find the atomic mass of carbon. So as we can see, for carbon, this is carbon, that's 12.01. We will use that. And for chlorine, that's 35.45. Or maybe we can use the whole 35.453. So we'll copy that. For carbon, that is 12.011. And for chlorine, that's 35.453. That's correct. I'm going to check on that. Okay, so after that, we have our 12.011. Atomic mass is 35.453. You can use your calculator now for us to find the number of moles. So for us to get the number of moles, we will just divide 7.81. So we will divide 7.81. Okay, we divide this by the atomic mass. If we divide that, you'll get 0.650237282. Okay, or using our calculator, you'll see that. Next, you have to divide this 92.19. You're going to divide that to the atomic mass. And so you'll see it's 2.6. Now, having these numbers, you can now get the mole ratio. How do we get the mole ratio? To get the mole ratio, we will divide this by the smallest number. So let's try to do that. 0.650237282. Then we are going to divide that by itself. Okay, so 0.6502. So we know that it is just the same as 1. Okay, the answer is 1. This one, we have to divide 2.600344118 divided by the small one, 0.65023782 to get the mole ratio. And you'll get 3.999, or that is approximately equal to 4, right? So if we're going to round it off, you'll get 1:4. So what is the formula now of CCl? So that's C1 and Cl4. The answer now to the question is CCl4. So we're just going to write that. The answer is CCl4. So what is the empirical formula of the compound? The answer is CCl with the subscript of 4. Okay? So that's answering the question. So that's it. The next activities in this LAS will just ask you to find the empirical formula of the following. This is for the post-test. Okay, 68.4% chromium and 31.6% oxygen. You just need to complete the table so that you easily get the mole ratio, and use the periodic table of elements to find the atomic mass of each of the given compounds. You already have the sample equations and problems and solutions, so it will be easy for you. Now, don't forget to put your reflection and to put what have you realized and understood in this topic. Okay, so that's all for now. This is LAS number 8, empirical formula of compounds. Week 2 is done.